At Luther Lenard, we're a law firm that represents franchisees across the United States and around the world. We are experts in franchise law, and we have one type of client, franchisees. We don't dabble in other areas of law. We focus on our expertise and our expertise only. We help people get in and out of franchises, and we're there throughout the entire franchise lifecycle. Those legal services start with franchise document review. As part of the franchise document review, we review the franchise disclosure document and franchise agreement for prospective franchisees. We're looking for a couple things. One is, we know franchisors on the dispute side, so we know if they've committed fraud or issues that existed in the past. Second, we're looking for red flags, any potential issues that a prospective franchisee should know about before they buy a franchise. Third, we look for areas of due diligence that a prospective franchisee should either be asking the franchisor about or asking current franchisees with regard to. And fourth, we're looking to help the franchisee understand the contractual relationship they're about to get into and their obligations going forward. Once someone has bought a franchise, the next thing we're going to help them with is entity formation. We highly recommend that franchisees form a limited liability company or corporation to protect both themselves and their family from liability. We file those in all 50 states in the country. Now, when there's multiple owners of a business, we're involved in creating those agreements that allow for their management. For corporations, that's a shareholder agreement. For LLCs, that's an operating agreement, or it could be a partnership agreement for partners. And we provide and create those documents so that prospective franchisees and co-owners know how to manage their business. For brick and mortar locations, we're involved in heavily negotiating commercial leases, and we represent franchisees across the country in negotiating with large commercial landlords. In fact, many franchisors choose us as their preferred counsel to negotiate all their franchisees' commercial leases because we know the ins and outs of those documents, and we effectively negotiate to make them much more tenant-friendly. Later in the life cycle, once the franchisee's been successful, we're there to help them either sell the business or buy more existing businesses. And it's very important that a franchisee lawyer is involved throughout that process to make sure you're protected. Whether it's the seller trying to protect themselves and make sure they get the money, or a buyer to make sure that the representations they received are accurate, or if they're not, they're protected. But we don't just do transactional work, we do dispute resolution as well. And we do that throughout the entire life cycle. It starts with the beginning, and where franchisees were misled into buying a franchise, we're going to represent that franchise in fraud action. Later in the life cycle, we represent franchisees associations in negotiations with franchisor to change the terms of the franchise relationship, or involved in critical areas like marketing, software, or tech. Now, one of the things we take pride in at our firm is we're able to resolve over 80% of the disputes without filing a lawsuit. And that's for a couple reasons. We understand franchise law very well. We also know the franchise counsel on the other side, and we understand the franchise business relationship. Both Nancy Lenard and myself have been in-house counsel for franchisors, so we understand how to negotiate from both sides of the table. And that allows us to effectively negotiate for franchisees without ever even filing a lawsuit. But if a lawsuit is required, and sometimes it is, we're ready to file that lawsuit and we're ready to take it all the way to trial. Beyond our dispute resolution and transactional services, we want to be a resource for franchisees throughout that life cycle. And so if it's something we don't do, we're going to provide a referral for them so that they can be successful in their business. If you have any other questions, I'm Doug Luther with Luther Lenard, and you can reach me at dluther@lutherlenard.com or franchiseelawyer.com. Thank you.